Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below. The Tourism and Sports Ministry is planning to propose the cancellation of the Thailand Pass scheme and introduce a single ATK test for international tourists on arrival. This announced by the Minister to a meeting of the Association of Thai Travel Agents. He said that he hopes that the proposal would be accepted by the CCSA and approved as early as June. If or when approved, that would see the end of the so-called sandbox programs, no overnight quarantine for visitors, and a return to the pre-COVID ways of visiting Thailand. Following the arrest and detention of a 70-year-old ailing grandmother in Khon Kaen after being reported by yet another concerned citizen, this time for growing a single marijuana plant for her own medical purposes, the local commissioner of police has ordered his force to use what's described as more considered judgement in similar cases, after reports tell us that she and another elderly person were actually held in a local jail. It seems the granny made tea from the plant, along with others in a small herb garden. Whilst technically she did of course break the law, she's far from being Thailand's Pablo Escobar, but was held for 24 hours by police. Whilst the informant hasn't been named, he's probably known to locals, and his or her future is expected to be less positive than that of the grandmother herself. Household debt is rising in Thailand. This, combined with a lower family income, in many cases is causing concern. Those with higher purchase and loans have in many cases applied during the COVID era for loan extensions or holidays, which now end, seeing payments and added interest due. Together with increases in the cost of living, this has contributed to a rise of 4.2% in household debt, reported in the third quarter of last year, with no indication of improvement between then and now. 59 Thais, along with a handful of Chinese, have been arrested in Cambodia, working in a call centre targeting Thais in Thailand with lies about packages due to be delivered to them, but being held because they contain so-called illegal goods. Those people called were then encouraged to send money to fake officers to see their non-existent packages released. Computer records will keep police busy on both sides of the border, and Thai authorities are being updated. Meanwhile, at home and in our own region this morning, the province reports 1,090 new cases of the virus around the region, detected by PCR testing. Of the PCR testing, Chonburi reported 232, Sriracha 291, Banglamung 237 and Sattahip 106. Nationally, the CCSA reported this morning 26,050 new cases, with 22,219 recovered and 69 deaths attributed to the virus during the same period. Sonthaya Khun Pattaya's mayor to date, announced that he will not be a candidate in the next election for mayor, celebrating his last day in the corner office yesterday before leaving. With Khun Ronakit, the previous long-term deputy mayor, having retired last year, the way's clear now for Khun Prunamise, a Vice Minister of Culture and subordinate to the mayor's brother Khun Ittipon, to head the election trail for the Thailand Pattaya group. Khun Sonthaya's term in office saw numerous improvements in the city, along with the challenge of managing the effects and after-effects of COVID. He's likely to move on to party leadership stakes ahead of any future national election. Both brothers, Sonthaya and the popular Ittipon, were respected during their tenure, and Ittipon especially did a great deal for the expat and tourist community. Pattaya's new election? Well, it appears that three main parties and candidates will be vying. In addition to the Thailand Pattaya, there's Pattaya Future and Pattaya Ruamjai, and the race is, right now, without Khun Plum at the helm, too close to call. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 32, dropping down to 26, a humid day with a good chance of rain at any time. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme,